Beautiful, going live. I hope you're doing well. I just like to check in. I was doing lives every day, but now, life starts lifing. Um, and so I, come when I can. But I just wanted to say good morning. Happy Thursday. I don't know if you all caught some of the live last night, but I was at an event, a collaboration event with my esthetician, Zach Aesthetics, and we were talking to all the beauty girlies, all the women about femininity. You can be an entrepreneur and a boss chick and a leader, but how to stay soft, how to stay feminine. I was able to get copies of my book, The Boundaries to Bliss Blueprint, to the women. Also, my journal, The Damsel Me Please 30-day journal, a place where you can reconnect with your femininity, your soft side, and so forth. But the real thing that I loved about that day, last night, was the conversation. It got juicy, it got real. We talked about relationships, we talked about what is the difference. One woman was like, my parents have been married for 45 years, but I don't see the caliber of men out there. There was one, she had her male client there who was talking about, um, well, sometimes, men have too much access to women. Like you guys aren't guarding your boundaries and, what are your values and morals and boundaries. So it was really juicy. It was really good. And not just juicy, but it was productive. And we also got to talk about skincare. So my esthetician was there. So of course, a skincare expert, but also the hair care, there was a loctician, a natural hair care stylist, and just really talking about self-care. Because one thing I noticed is that people who serve others, they tend to not engage in self-care enough. I was asking them, so who do you go to? What do you do to unwind? Some of them are in the salon for 12 hours. Some of them don't eat breakfast regularly. And you guys know me talking about breakfast and oh, my hand was itching. I have my coffee right here. But that's a big deal to me is like nourishing yourself, fueling yourself. And they also said that as stylists, as esthetician people that help people with their beauty and upkeep, they tend to absorb a lot of people's energy, right? They absorb a lot of people's energy. I'm going to show you some of his skincare stuff. They absorb a lot of people's energy. And I was like, well, what do you do, right? As a psychologist, I'm trained on boundaries, how to take care of myself, how to make sure I'm not pulling in everybody's energy. But what I find is like the beauty girlies, sometimes you guys are pulling in everybody's energy. You're listening to people vent and talk about their problems, and you are there all day taking all that in. You're not taking care of yourself. So we talked about self-care, relationships, everything. And we're going to do it again. And I'll make sure I'm going to give you guys enough notice. Anybody who's local can check it out. But I did want to talk about some of the products that I love from my esthetician. And he always throws in something nice. This is a nice collagen boost. But a skin routine is so important, a skincare routine. And I'm going to have him on the podcast to go deep into it. A skin routine is so important. So it's just the basics of washing your face with a gentle cleanser. Now, it depends on your skin. I have combination skin and I tend to get breakouts. And I told him, when I don't have your stuff, I'm getting pimples and hormonal things. So he has a really good, his brand is Zach Aesthetics, but you can get a brand like this anywhere. And SkinCeuticals is another one. You want high quality. We were talking about the fact that you don't always want to just get your stuff from TJ Maxx and Ross, like all of these places. You don't know if there was something defective about that product. Sometimes you can't get it again. So you're not really in a routine. Your skin, like every other aspect of your body, wants routine. It wants regularity. It wants to know what to expect. So I love his the Zac Aesthetic brand cleanser. It has glycolic acid, which is like a gentle peel, right? And also salicylic acid, which helps to get that oil out, which if you get breakouts. Another thing that I love is his exfoliating pads. There are these little pads. Let's see here. This one. that exfoliate, and they help to cut down on buildup and too much oil, but they're gentle, so it's not stripping your skin. Because when I was a teenager, we used to use Noxzema, what is it, peroxide, and all this stuff that was too harsh. So the more we would get pimples, we would put that stuff, it would strip our skin, and then our skin would go overdrive into the oil. So you don't want to do that. You want something gentle that balances out your skin. And then he threw this in as a gift, a collagen boost. My cat is getting up there. My cat is something else. A collagen boost. So, this is really good for your skin, and it's just the regularity. So I would say consult with a dermatologist. I actually met him at my dermatologist office. Consult with a dermatologist. Get a routine, get high quality products, and then have your esthetician who you can go to regularly who can tell you, okay, this is what you need to do with your skin. I noticed this, you haven't been in a while, this is what's going on. Okay. So I have an appointment right now. I just wanted to hop on because last night was amazing. If you didn't already see, if you weren't on the live, go back and watch it. We talked everything beauty, we talked everything boundaries, femininity, and bliss. Skincare is a part of it, but it's also your tone. We talked about ladies, like, got to get our tone of voice together. It's not always about being harsh and "Arr." It's like, okay, soften up a bit. Let people help you. Be in a receiving mode. That is a big part of your femininity. Okay. So I'm going to hop off now. I might come back on a little bit later, but I was just feeling good. And I also went for a walk this morning. Um, so I will check you guys out later. Okay. Have an amazing day on purpose. That's what I told my daughter when she got out the car today.